A shot of the Celtics coming down the tunnel. They're not messing around. They're ready to get to work here at home. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan, and we're joined by our reporter, David Aldridge, on the sidelines. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Keldon Johnson.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
A look at the San Antonio Spurs opening lineup. In the backcourt, it's the veteran Paul paired with Castle. Up in the front court, it'll be Vassell and Barnes. And it's Biyombo at the 5 spot. And for Boston, the post pair, Tatum and Porzingis. White in at shooting guard, with Brown playing small forward. And it's Holiday in at the point. There has been a lot of discussion about the length of the NBA season, GA. Do you think 82 games is the right number?
Well, I do. It's worked well for over 50 years, so why change it? And if we do change it, it affects records and how we compare the game across eras.
And one of the most respected players in the NBA is Drew Holiday.
Yeah, Kevin, he's a 3-time Teammate of the Year award winner. He's also a Sportsmanship Award winner. He is a pro's pro.
And he knocks down the first one. Well, Stan, when the Spurs landed the first overall pick in the draft, their fortunes changed back on May 16th, 2023.
Look, Kevin, the hardest thing for any franchise is to find the guy that you can build everything around. When they got Wembanyama, that dream came true for San Antonio, and they've got the guy they can build this franchise around for years to come.
Now here's Barnes. Here's Vassell. Good, and it's Barnes picking up the assist.
Now, not shy about bringing it inside. Vassell is comfortable around the hoop.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Had a chance to catch up with Joe Mazzulla. Now he's worried Chris Paul will take over the game, saying he's mentally beyond where most players have ever been. His ability to read the floor, make decisions, work the refs, call out teammates, he checks every box when it comes to leadership. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Now the fast break. Tatum with the ball. Porzingis trying to get free. Tatum no good. And here are the Spurs. Last meeting was in Boston, where they were unable to fight off the Celtics.
Yeah, and looking back at their last game against this club, they were badly out-rebounded.
And so it's Porzingis. He'll bring it up for Boston. Here's White. He shoots again, and Porzingis with the lay-in.
Well, just by hitting the offensive glass, Porzingis can pick up a lot of extra points.
Barnes outside. They set the pick. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's on Porzingis.
First team foul.
It's his first trip to the line.
And his average at the line stands at about 79% right now, so solid numbers in that department.
That's good from Barnes. He hits both from the stripe. GA, these Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. Yeah, they are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with them.
And Tatum takes a lot of threes. And you see why, given he has this kind of accuracy.
Pass to Vassell. And here's Biyombo. Here's Castle. Light covering. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
San Antonio's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Paul kicks to Barnes. Brown against Vassell. 5 to shoot. And Boston with the rebound. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
Yeah, proficiency from range, away from home, much easier said than
Good! Another from 3.
And now for this franchise, he's hit the most threes in a single season.
His incredible range stretches out the defense on a nightly basis. It's an invaluable element to this offense. And timeout is called by Greg Popovich. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations.
Here's a look at some stats for Kristaps Porzingis. He's been fantastic over the last 10 games or so, averaging about 24 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 assists. And the phrase stats don't lie absolutely applies here. He's been a monster on the court for this team.
Yeah, look, he is truly the kind of player you build everything around. Your plays, your lineups, it's all about setting this guy up for success.
Paul against Holiday. Paul passes to Barnes. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. The offensive rebound and the dunk by Barnes.
That's why you never quit battling on the offensive glass.
And that's a nice reward for his effort. The flush, perfect.
Well, that's what he does. He makes an impact with his activity on the boards.
Here's Tatum. Outside White. Back to Tatum. Over Barnes. Tatum no good.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Pass to Castle. Back to Barnes. Launches a 3. Boston grabs the miss. Here's Tatum. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Tatum's got 5.
Well, very few guys take advantage of space in the mid-range like Tatum. He's an assassin from that area.
Here's Castle, guarded by Holiday. Back to Paul. Releases from 15. 2 points. That one goes.
And in the mid-range, Paul, so dangerous. He has a lot of angles he likes in that area.
Outside White. Pass to Porzingis. with the fadeaway. That shot misses.
You know what? Just a little fancy on that possession there. Just go up in rhythm.
Paul with the ball, and Holiday picks him up defensively. And the basket by Castle.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
Holiday, the pass to Brown. Back to Holiday. He takes it in. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Chris Paul picks up that one. Stan, you talk about a stacked roster. It's hard to find many weaknesses for the Celtics.
Yeah, Kevin, there's a reason the Executive of the Year award went to Boston's front office last season. The Celtics are built right, and they're built to last.
First free throw is good.
Well, if you ask a coach, what do you want out of your players? The answer is often effort, ability, and selflessness. Drew Holiday has all of those and more.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Jeremy Sohan comes in for Harrison Barnes. And Keldon Johnson subbed in for Chris Paul. Both free throws good from Holiday. The all-time leader in NBA wins, of course, the great Spurs coach Greg Popovich. So here is a guy who's a peer. What makes him so special, Stan?
Well, first of all, Greg Popovich is not a peer of mine, Kevin. I would never be that presumptuous. This guy is an absolute icon in the coaching world. I think from the outside, I think what makes him so special is he's never looked at himself that way. He's never rested on his laurels. He's a guy that's always evolving and trying to get better.
I love that assessment, but I do think you're his peer.
Not in any way.
And while we can, let's see which rookies have led the way in scoring since the All-Star break. You look at Castle, leading the league in points per game. Such a great player.
As this season progresses, you can see his confidence growing. Sometimes you forget that he's just a rookie. I mean, he looks very confident and poised with his approach to the game.
Vassell outside. Johnson outside. Right through the D for the layup.
Well, the focus of Keldon Johnson making the interior defense look totally ineffective.
Outside, White. Back to Tatum. Fires from deep. Boston again missing.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And the basket by Castle.
Putting that pass right in his stride. Didn't have to slow up and was able to complete the play.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Celtics can beat you in a number of ways. Point guard Drew Holiday said, we can play small and big. We have great bench players who come in and change the game at any time and could start on other teams. And we have a hunger. Kevin, they're going to be a problem for a long time.
Agreed. Yeah, they are stacked, DA, for sure. Here's Vassell. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Brown outside. There's the steal. Here's Castle. That's good for his third bucket. Now 3 for 6 from the field.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
And Holiday kicks to Tatum. Porzingis sets the pick for Brown. Trying to find Porzingis. Gets it to him. Nice ball movement by Boston. Shot clock at 6. This one for 3. The rebound by the Spurs. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
When they ran the offense right, they found some easy shots, but on that occasion, it was few and far between.
Yeah, they had a hard time getting the looks they wanted on offense, and it's hard to get a win when that's the case.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Spurs.
Well, you know, the analytics guys would tell you a team shouldn't be taking this many mid-range shots, but clearly they're shooting them with confidence.
And one other thing they've done well today, guys, share the ball. I mean, set up teammates and just playing unselfishly.
No good on that one. And the Spurs winning the 2023 lottery stand, adding the terrific Victor Wembanyama. A franchise changer, it appears.
Yeah, Kevin, the hardest thing, and you need a lot of luck to do it, is to get that guy. The guy you can build everything around. There aren't enough of them to go around. Victor Wembanyama is a guy you can build a championship franchise around, multi-skilled at his size. This guy's going to be a fixture in this league for a long time.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline.
And with the moment, let's check out some stats for Brown. He's been more than solid over the last month. He's getting around 20 points per, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. Fantastic totals for him across the board. I wouldn't be surprised if he keeps rolling.
Yeah, and make no mistake, we're watching a special guy here, and his numbers only tell a fraction of the story.
Holiday dishes to Horford. Brown outside. Can they get it? And the layup is up and in. Brown's got it all tied up now for the Celtics.
Terrific finish there from Brown. He goes up strong and absorbs the contact.
Here's the screen. Here's Vassell. Hands it from downtown. Vassell's got 5 now.
Well, when you give him room like that, just expect it to go in.
Now here is Holiday. Guarded closely. Horford with the screen on Johnson. Brown outside. That's Biyombo with the rebound.
Yeah, he hasn't been at his best this quarter. I'd like to see him be a little more patient right now.
Johnson outside. Shot clock at 5. Takes the 3. They grab their own miss. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. GA, there is a lot to like about the game of Stephon Castle.
size, playmaking, defensive intensity. I guess the question, is there that one thing that he can do at an elite level? That will be a crucial step if he's to become a star.
And the first one at the line is good. Some changes for Boston. Luke Cornett, he's checked in for Derek White. And it's Pritchard in for Drew Holiday. San Antonio also making some changes. Charles Massey, he's checked in for Bismack Biyombo. And it's Harrison Barnes in for Vassell. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Celtics trail by 5. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Brown against Johnson. It's Brown with the drive. Good D by Johnson.
He is really scuffling this quarter offensively. Perhaps a little frustration setting in.
Barnes left side. Here's Castle. He's coming off a 22-point game against Cleveland.
And his passing also off the charts in that game. In just about every aspect of their offense, he was dialed in.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Here's Pritchard. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Pass to Castle. .144 left in the first quarter. They set the pick. 6 to shoot. Zohan, the pass to Bassey. Johnson, wide open, he fires. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Here's Brown. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And Greg, we were talking Jaylen Brown making the 2023 All-NBA second team. That was big for him, wasn't it?
Yeah, Kevin, it made Jaylen eligible for the Supermax, signing for that 5-year extension in July of 23. At the time, the largest contract in NBA history.
Free throw good from Brown.
There are so many different roles Jaylen Brown can take on for his team.
The Celtics making a switch here. Tatum's checked in. And San Antonio with the change here too. Wesley's checked in. And Brown drops them both.
And when you talk about Jaylen Brown, you have to bring up his two-way ability. He's a pure scorer who can also guard the opposing best wing. There aren't a lot of guys like Brown in the league.
Wesley the pass to Johnson. Lets it go with a 3. Rebounded by the Celtics. Brown's got his 4th rebound in this one. To the middle. Here's Horford. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. San Antonio leading. Zohan with the ball. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Cavaliers in Cleveland. To the inside. Poked away. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Horford. Torrey Craig. He's checked in for Boston. Jordan McLaughlin's checked in for the Spurs. Just 5 on the clock. Barnes kicks to Johnson. Basket is good. The assist from Barnes. Johnson's got 5 points so far.
I love the confidence from Johnson. I want to see him continue taking these types of shots.
Here's Pritchard. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Here's Johnson. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. He has 7.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Tatum on the money from 12 feet away. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. It's the Spurs leading by just 1. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. Guys, what's your take on the Spurs so far?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
Yeah, they gave the other team no time to breathe. Every time they got the ball, they were off to the races. And you see how effective this aggressive mindset can be.
And Barnes has got the ball here for San Antonio. Horford is out there with Torrey Craig. Then there's Jason Tatum. And it's Pritchard in at the point guard. That's the Boston 5. And here's Johnson outside. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Johnson's got the opening basket here in the second quarter for the Spurs. And here's Tatum for 3. Rebounded by the Spurs.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Here's Champagnie. Kicks it out to Johnson for 3. They get the rebound. Champagnie passes to Barnes, and that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. Here's Champagnie, guarded by Tatum. Champagnie passes to Sohan. And the foul on Jeremy Sohan. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
Celtics trail by 4. And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. Tatum a screen. Here's Pritchard, covered by Barnes. A shot by Pritchard, no good.
Oh, this is exactly the kind of opportunity you don't want to waste.
Barnes outside. His three-pointer's off the mark.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Right side Tatum. Pass to Pritchard. It drops for his 3rd basket. He's missed only 1 shot. Stan, we have so many great players in this NBA. I mean, every night, from top to bottom, each roster, there's so many great players. But in your opinion, who is the toughest to game plan against?
Wow, that is a tough question because there's so many of them where there's no good answers. You know, let's take Jokic, for example. If you play him one-on-one, he's going to score virtually every time. If you come in, double-team him, send a second defender, he's going to make the right pass all the time. There's no way to absolutely stop him. You just do the best you can to limit their team.
The great ones always have answers, don't they, Stan?
If they didn't, Kevin, they wouldn't be the great ones.
And Johnson now top of the key. Five on the clock. That's in for his 5th make of the night. Now shooting at a 50% clip, 5 for 10.
They have dialed Johnson up, and he has answered the call.
Tatum deciding where to go with it. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And Stan, as he enters his prime, Jason Tatum is shooting to become the face of the NBA.
Yeah, and Kevin, he knows winning is the key. For a star player on a great team, learning that balance, when to take over and when to set up your teammates, is a big part of it.
And that one falls for Tatum.
And you watch Jason Tatum, year to year, he is a model of consistency across the board. The numbers are pretty similar, and the effort never wanes.
That one misses.
Well, there's no question that Tatum is one of the best scorers in the game today. And because he was so good at such a young age, it's easy to forget how young he still is.
And the officials will call the illegal screen right there. As the playoffs near, let's take a look at the Western Conference standings. You look at the Spurs. Their season nearly over unless a form of miracle happens. So both teams changing it up here. Celtics have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Pass to Horford. Now Tatum fires the three. There's Tatum's range on display.
Well, when it comes to his jump shooting, Tatum is extremely efficient in catch and shoot situations.
And timeout is called by Greg Popovich. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust.
On the big screen, then you know what to do. Show us your moves. You're gonna dance like everyone's watching.
Celtics making a switch here. Hauser's checked in. The Spurs also with the sub. Duke's checked in. Here's Johnson. 17 points for him last game against Cleveland. Here's Duke. Back to Johnson. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Let's see some of the numbers here for him.
And the biggest takeaway when you look at his numbers is how good his three-point shooting has been the past 5 games. He's finding the open spots on the perimeter, and when he's getting good looks, boy, he is not missing.
And the Spurs making a change here. Wesley's checked in. Porzingis passes to Tatum. Lets it go. That one misses. It's his 5th miss. He's made 4 baskets.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Wesley the pass to Champagny. Tatum against Johnson. Dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. And Holiday kicks to Tatum. No good with the triple.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Pass to Bassie. Just 5 to shoot. Jacks up a 3. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Well, it's a three-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
Outside Holiday. Here's Hauser, covered by Johnson. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Stan, I could talk about coaching with you from morning till night, but what's the most difficult part of coaching that maybe the average fan doesn't know about?
Well, there's probably a lot of things like that, Kevin, so I'll just give you one. When you're coaching a star player who's on the decline a little bit, in his own mind, he's still that guy he was in his best years, but you have to limit his role, not get him as many shots, things like that. And there can be some tension, and it's with a guy that you have huge respect for.
That's a great example. Coaching an aging star. Very difficult. Derek White's checked in for Boston. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Well, he's been very good at the line, and we all know free throws can make or break you in the end.
Johnson, the pass to Champagny. Now, here's Vassell. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It goes on Jason Tatum. Well, Devin Vassell has flown under the radar for a long time and passed a lot of fans, Coach. But we've seen it. He can fill it up.
Yeah, Kevin, look, he is an outstanding shooter. He's got great footwork. He can score at all 3 levels. He reminds you a bit of DeMar DeRozan, but maybe even with more of a three-point shot.
And that one falls for Vassell. Greg, you know this. Getting that second contract is a major goal for young players in the NBA, like Devin Vassell.
And Devin did, signing a huge 5-year extension in 23. He ended up having his finest year after inking that deal. Vassell has a very bright future.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line.
Well, a strong off guard. Vassell gives you a little of everything offensively. A key player for this team.
Outside, Porzingis. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And the conversation for Porzingis, Coach, tends to always come back to health. And what a challenge that has been for him.
Yeah, Kevin, over his career, on average, he's missed about 30 games per season. But that's not an uncommon problem, as you know, for players who stand well over 7 feet tall.
The first free throw is good.
Yeah, and when healthy, Porzingis is still a very effective player and an important part to his team's success.
And both free throws good for Porzingis.
Well, you have to appreciate a big man who can step up to the line and knock it down with confidence.
Vassell finds Sohan. Johnson against Brown. Johnson double teamed. Pass to Biyombo. Sohan with the ball. Off target from outside. White looking around to the paint. Tatum passes to Holiday. On the wing, Brown. Covered by Vassell. Up against it inside. Tatum fights through. Hatchets his way to the rack.
And guys, it's no easy task defending Tatum inside. You can body him up, bump him, he'll still find a way.
And slam dunk by Tatum.
Incredible reverse throwdown. Excellent body control.
And guys, I'd even go as far to say that was a punctuation dunk. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, coming out of high school at 6'0", Derek White didn't receive any full scholarship offers. He says it was humbling, but it drove me to get better. Each time you have the doubters, you just put a little chip on your shoulder. The 29th pick overall in 2017 has come a long way. Kevin, those chips are still there.
You're so right, David. Thanks. He's become a heck of a player. And so it's Vassell who brings up the ball for the San Antonio Spurs. Pass to Biyombo. Here's Johnson. Back to Biyombo. Porzingis with the steal. Down low. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. Here's Champagny, guarded by Holiday. And here is Vassell. Pass to Biyombo. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on Porzingis. You coach Stan at various levels for 30 years. How has the transition been to the broadcasting business?
Well, Kevin, it's been great because of people like you and because I'm undefeated.
Right. But do you miss the aftermath when there's at least a score sheet? There's a scorecard that says win or loss.
I do miss that. There's no question. I miss the competition. I miss the camaraderie of building toward a result. But I've started to get some of that in broadcasting as I've gotten to know my partners better.
Well, it's great being your partner.
Likewise.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Luke Cornett, he's checked in for Porzingis. And it's Torrey Craig in for Tatum. And Biyombo drops them both. Boston's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Here's Holiday, and there's the drive. That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Barnes outside. Brown against Vassell. Taken away by Holiday. Brown deciding where to go with it. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Jaylen Brown proven to be a tough customer.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Boston.
Well, they keep finding ways to get to the free throw line. The defense is being overly aggressive, and they're baiting them into fouls.
Take a break. And I like the fact also that they are the ones that have forced the action. They've created a lot of offense by just attacking the rim.
That free throw good from Brown. That one is no good. Spurs trail by 3. Here's Castle. He's got 9. Pass to Paul. Barnes outside. 6 on the shot clock. They set the pick. Takes a 3. Drills it from outside. Barnes has got the game tied up here for the Spurs.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
White, good.
I like that from White. Attack in the heart of that defense.
Spurs have gone 6 of 11 from the floor. Over 50% shooting here in the second quarter. Vassell outside. To the right side. Here's Paul. Craig pulls it in. Celtics have gotten 7 of their 12 field goal attempts to drop here in the second quarter. Up over 50%. Back to White. Brown inside. Covered by Vassell. Low block shot. Right block shot. And it's Brown getting it to go. And it's a 4-point Celtic lead.
Brown knows this is how you deal with contact on your jumper. You ignore it and finish strong.
Vassell kicks to Barnes. To the paint. Here's Castle. White covering. And the basket by Castle.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
Man, Holiday puts a lot of pressure on the defense. Often it's with his scoring, but right there, making a play for someone else.
Paul against Holiday. Paul right side to the middle. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession. And here is our 2K leaderboard with the list of the NBA's toughest defensive teams over the course of the last 10 games. Number 1, the Celtics.
Well, their defense over the last 10 games has been exceptional. They're really getting after it and communicating well on that end of the floor.
Al Horford is checked in for Torrey Craig. Brown kicks to Cornette. Pass to Holiday. Al Horford. Outside Holiday. To the inside. And finished off by Brown.
Flashing his athleticism there. Once Brown gets solid interior positioning, he's focused on jamming it home.
Horford against Barnes. Now here's Paul. He's covered closely. Pass to Castle. Barnes against Horford. No good on the triple. Paul against Holiday. Here's White. And a miss there on the triple. And the first half is now in the books. Celtics lead by 6. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, guys. Here with Jason Tatum. You have been rolling early. How did you get in that rhythm?
Just staying aggressive. Just continue to get in the gym and see something go in. It feels good to see them go in early. And so good to have us have a good start. Hopefully we keep it up.
Yeah, it was flowing great in that first half, Jay. Thanks very much. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot. Give me a beat. They're thinking about the shot. Oh, better next time. Let's hear it for our contestants.
Hello, folks. A lot to catch up on around the league. Let's take a look at games that have already gone final. For Orlando, it was a win against the Kings in Sacramento, and they take their 5th win out of the last 7 games.
Lots of amazing plays in that one. We'll be seeing them over and over and over on that loop.
And turning our attention to the first half of our game tonight, bit of a rocky start for the Spurs.
They've been very handsy on defense, racking up the fouls, giving the other side free points at that line.
Handsy, big fella. Handsy?
Yes, hands that you can
I hardly
see.
ever hear you say handsy.
Hands that you can see.
I don't think I've ever heard you say handsy.
Hands that you can see, Ernie. You just got to say it fast, handsy.
They need to hear what I tell you and Kenny before every show. Keep your hands to yourself. Don't get handsy with me. That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll send you back to Kevin Harlan for more Hoops action.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. One of the stories here, Jason Tatum getting it done today.
In those first 2 quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
Reminds me of the good old days. Feed it to the big and let him work.
And it's Paul with the ball for the Spurs. On the court right now for the Spurs. Up in the front court, it'll be Vassell and Barnes. In the backcourt, it's the veteran Paul paired with Castle. And it's Biyombo at the 5 roaming the paint. Here's Castle. Biyombo kicks to Vassell. Traps in the tray. Vassell's got 9.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
Outside, Porzingis. Back to Holiday. Paul grabs the board. Spurs trail by 3. For the tie. And that's collected by Drew Holiday.
I can't believe he missed that 3. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be giving it.
Inside and stolen by Barnes. And now in transition, it's Barnes. Here we go. Here's Castle. Rebounded by the Celtics.
And with that miss, they're just 1 for 4 to start the third quarter.
Brown, no good. Spurs have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. Ball against Holiday. Biyombo, the pass to Vassell. Shot clock at 5. Barnes outside. No good. That would have tied it.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
A 3-pointer is right on target.
Well, this is what Brown was looking for. He just needed the ball, and then instantly his shot was up.
Pass to Castle. Now here's Vassell. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it. And Coach Derek White spent his first 4.5 seasons with the Spurs and Coach Greg Popovich, who did a lot to boost his confidence.
Yeah, Kevin, White was a late first-round pick. He's a humble guy, very hardworking. I don't even think he realized he could be this good.
Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone.
All right, a chance to see stats for Paul. Breaking down his play since the All-Star break. 13th in assists, and he's among the top 20 players in three-point field goal percentage. He has been locked and loaded from beyond.
And he really is the consummate playmaker. Always keeping his head on a swivel. Searching for the open man. Completely unselfish basketball player. And he can't get the first one.
You watch Vassell. He's a prototype wing for this era, has length, skill, and plays both ends of the floor.
No good at the stripe this time. Second misses also. Celtics leading by 6. Holiday, he's got 6. Outside Tatum. That 3 off the mark. San Antonio's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Barnes looking around. Vassell finds Paul. To the middle, got a piece of it. Yambo, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Porzingis. This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
Shooting 2.
No good on the free throw. Al Horford, he's checked in for Porzingis. Good on the second free throw. And so Holiday will bring it up for the Celtics. Just 4 points. That's all they've given up here in the second half. There's Brown with the 3. Hits the three-point bomb. Brown's got the lead up to 8 now for Boston.
Well, you know, when Brown's hitting the 3, it really opens up this offense.
And timeout is called by Greg Popovich. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. And let's bring up a list of point guards that over the last month have been on fire from three-point land. Second, Chris Paul.
You know, if there are no other options available, any of these guys can just step back and knock down a triple. Great backup plan for any point guard to have.
And when your 1 can hit 3s himself, makes the offense so tough to stop.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Now, here's Biyombo, guarded by Horford. Biyombo kicks to Vassell. Cranes it from beyond the arc. Vassell's got 12 points in the game.
Well, Vassell has the range to create a lot of trouble at the arc.
Holiday dishes to Horford. The Celtics working the ball around now. Brown against Vassell. The kick out to Barnes. Now here's Paul. Defense is right there. Over to the wing. 5 on the clock. To the inside. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
Well, the mid-range has been open for them, so you've got to take what the defense gives, and that's been a great attack in this situation.
And another area they've separated themselves has been their three-point shooting, making the defense pay for any airspace.
On the free throw, no good.
And they are shooting themselves in the foot here. They've lost their touch at the line. The percentage continues to drop from where it was in that first half.
Tatum against Barnes. Tatum using his size inside.
Yeah, no question, Tatum can take over a game at a moment's notice.
Barnes outside. They double him with Horford. It's Vassell on the wing. He's covered by Brown. And here's Barnes for three. Rebounded by the Celtics. White's got his fourth rebound in this one.
They need his offense right now, but his shot is just not falling.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Brown against Vassell.
Let's take a look at the numbers for Tatum. Just an incredible month of basketball. He's averaging 30 points, 9 rebounds, and 7 assists. And the phrase stats don't lie absolutely applies here. He's been a monster on the court for this team.
Yeah, look, he is truly the kind of player you build everything around. Your plays, your lineups, it's all about setting this guy up for success.
He misses the free throw.
And guys, this is becoming the story of the second half. Missed free throws. You can't come back in a game if you can't make your foul shots.
Celtics making a switch here. Pritchard's checked in. And he's good on the second. Now here is Holiday. 6 points for him. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Holiday's got 8 points.
Well, Holiday is one of the strongest guards in the league. He can handle the contact.
Vassell against Brown. Here's Paul. Banked in off the glass.
Well, credit the screen there, springing him loose for the finish.
Boston leading by 4. Outside Tatum. Oh, what strength and power from Tatum.
Well, with his dribble moves, Tatum will get where he needs to go, and he's an outstanding finisher.
Barnes kicks to Paul. Here's Vassell. No good from outside. The Celtics have gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. Stan, as you know, in past years, Peyton Pritchard had always wanted a starting role. Now, more opportunity, and he has responded.
Yeah, Kevin, he's very competitive and certainly deserving of rotation minutes. He is just now entering his prime.
Up top, Vassell. He's covered by Brown. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
The defender did everything he could, but Vassell has the agility to get it to fall despite the foul.
And this is his 4th trip to the free throw line tonight.
Yeah, it's good to see him with his free throw percentage up over 80.
Jeremy Sohan's checked in for Castle.
What's up?
And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for the Celtics. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Holiday, a screen on Paul. Pritchard passes to Tatum. Shot clock at 6. Over Sohan. Tatum no good. Spurs trail by 6. Pass to Sohan. And the foul on Jeremy Sohan. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
So that brings him up to 4 fouls. So he's forced to hold himself back a little now, which may make him a target for the offense.
Celtics leading by 6. And here's Holiday. He's got 11. Outside Tatum. They get it back. The kick out to Brown. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. And San Antonio shooting at 46%, making some buckets. Biyombo finds Paul. Spurs working the ball around now. Johnson for 3. Bangs home the trifecta. Johnson's got 15 points.
Yeah, look at Johnson dialing it in from long distance.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Celtics making a switch here. Hauser's checked in. Spurs also with the sub. Charles Massey, he's checked in for Biyombo. To Holiday, stripped away. Sohan up top, hasn't made one yet. Paul with the ball. Here's Bassett. Back to Paul, 5 to shoot. For the tie. San Antonio getting another chance here. Down low, here's Bassett, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Well, and it took a terrific effort at both ends to sustain this run.
Yeah, it's normally the defense that fuels a comeback, but let's see how much they have left in the tank.
And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And while we have a second, let's see which squads have topped the league in assists during the past month. Number 5, the Spurs.
And what stands out during this recent stretch is just how well they passed the basketball. I mean, this is a club that has become really unselfish.
That free throw good from Drew Holiday. Both free throws good from Holiday. And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for the Spurs. Pass to Sohan. Johnson up top. Paul outside for the tie. And Pritchard pulls it down. Celtics leading by 3. Steps back. Now here is Holiday. He started close and finished off by Horford.
Horford really looking like an ageless wonder throwing it down.
Brown with it. He's picked up by Paul. Brown the pass to Hauser. Back to Brown. Over Paul. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Brown's got 8 points here in this quarter. Paul outside. The 3 drills the three-pointer. Paul's got 7 points.
And look at Paul's focus. He is completely locked in on his shot.
Here's Brown. Rebound San Antonio. Sohan's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Takes it inside. Taken away by Holiday. Here's Pritchard, defended by Paul. Outside Holiday. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. 15 points for Drew Holiday.
Well, he's a reason why they're winning right now. He's been efficient offensively, and his confidence continues to grow.
And it's Paul penetrating, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And teams always try to get physical with Chris Paul, but he just goes about his business. If that means points at the line, so be it.
2 shots.
Shoot 2.
Free throw drops for Paul.
And Paul is truly the prototypical point guard. He's got a high IQ, takes care of the ball, and he prioritizes setting up his teammates.
Luke Cornett, he's checked in for the Celtics. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Celtics leading by 4. Brown with it. 17 points in the game. 1:02 left here in the 3rd quarter. From deep. That shot off.
Just enough coverage to bother that 3-point attempt.
Offensive rebound. Here's Bassey. Connects on the 17-footer. Bassey's got 4 points this quarter.
Well, the intelligence of Sohan is visible in his passing. He makes quality decisions with the ball.
There's the pick. Brown against Johnson. Brown inside. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to go on Keldon Johnson.
Look, that up fake is a great weapon when defenders are crowding you. Brown puts him in the popcorn machine.
2 shots.
The first one falls. Torrey Craig. He's checked in for the Celtics. The Spurs also with the sub. Wesley's checked in. And so he hits both.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
There's 18 seconds left to play here in the 3rd. Clock at 6. Johnson inside. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
At the line for the Spurs, Keldon Johnson taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Johnson. And both free throws good for Johnson. Jaylen Brown has been leading the charge for the Celtics. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And now a sneak peek into the huddle with Greg Popovich.
Stay aggressive. You need about 8 or 9 of those. Just let them fly.
Feeling maybe some of his guys are being too careful on shot selection, I think, guys. How do you interpret Greg Popovich maybe trying to loosen them up just a bit?
I mean, you know, the intelligence and the experience he brings to the game, he sees things just so clearly. Sometimes it's really just a simple adjustment.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. They've got Torrey Craig, also Tatum out there, and it's Pritchard in at the point guard position. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Spurs trail by 5. Here's Wesley. Pass to Champagnie. 4 on the shot clock. Rebound Boston. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Outside Tatum. Here's Cornette. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. Tatum's got 3 assists now in this one.
Tossing the pass to the interior. That's what you want to do. Get into the paint.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points. Pritchard drains the three-pointer. Pritchard's got 6 here in this quarter.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Bassey, the pass to Champagnie. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Boston leading by 8. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Sohan, 5th personal foul, 2nd team foul. At the line for 2, Sam Hauser.
That free throw, no good. Jordan McLaughlin's checked in for the Spurs. And he sinks the second. Spurs trail by 9. Pass to Sohan. High post Johnson. Tatum on him. Back to Sohan. Just 5 on the clock. That's in, coming off the assist from Johnson. Sohan's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Tatum a screen. Pulls up on the wing. Right through the cylinder that time. All net. And the Celtics lead by 8.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Yeah, he's leaving no doubt in this one. Doing everything he can to slam the door on a comeback.
To the paint. Ball stolen. And up the court come the Celtics on the break. Good. Nice job down low. And now a 10-point Celtic lead.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
Yeah, to put together this kind of performance at both ends of the floor on the road, it's impressive.
And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. Here's Pritchard. The fadeaway. Rebound by Sohan. Sohan's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Pass to McLaughlin. Back to Sohan. Right wing. And stolen by Tatum. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. Sohan. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game. San Antonio making a switch here. Vassell's checked in.
For 2 shots.
First one falls for him. And some changes here for the Celtics. Horford comes in for Luke Cornett. And it's Holiday in for Torrey Craig. Good on both. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Pass to Champagnie. Johnson from outside. Here's Bassey. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
And all those second chance points have given them a boost here in the second half, and that's a great way to cut into the lead.
Now Holiday. And the layup is good. Holiday's got the lead up to 12 now for the Celtics.
Able to absorb contact. Holiday is not someone that is prone to lose focus on these tough takes.
Pass to Bassey. Now Vassell. Here's Champagnie. Just 4 to shoot. Here's McLaughlin. The shot will not fall. Good work defensively by Horford. Holiday, the pass to Pritchard. Rebounded by the Spurs. Pass to Champagnie. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. On offense, here are the Celtics. They're on a 17-7 run. The 3 from Tatum. Vassell grabs the board. Vassell's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
Well, he hit a couple of threes in the first half, but none since then.
McLaughlin, the pass to Champagny. To the inside. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
San Antonio, Jordan McLaughlin, 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. So it's both teams making substitutions here. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. I've heard some talk about this idea, Stan. What do you think about adding a one-on-one tournament to the All-Star Weekend?
Wow, Kevin, I love that idea. And if you could get the better players to play, I think there would be some serious interest in that from fans and some great competition among the players.
We see it every night in the NBA. That's what we all crave for, right? We want to see the biggest names against each other.
Yeah, every night we want to see the best players one-on-one against the other great players in the league.
And they pick up 2. And the Celtics with possession here. Outside Tatum. And Brown now atop the key. Tatum down low. Biyombo on him. And the basket by Tatum.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Barnes outside. Up top Vassell. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That's on Jaylen Brown.
And we've seen Vassell gain more and more confidence as a scorer, which has resulted in him getting fouled more, too.
2 shots.
Shoot 2.
And he knocks down the first one.
I like this aggressive mentality he's adopted in the second half, doing everything he can to get to the line.
Derek White's checked in for Pritchard. And San Antonio also making a switch. Chris Paul, he's checked in for Jordan McLaughlin. Vassell hits them both.
And good to see him come through there. He's had a lot of problems at the line tonight.
Outside Tatum. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, there's a high percentage look for Tatum. The defense did what it could.
At the line, Jason Tatum. At the line for 2 shots.
And he makes the first.
And looking at Tatum's game, you know, he really doesn't have a weakness. He can give it to you in a variety of ways.
He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Fades back. It's Biyombo with the rebound. Biyombo's got his 5th rebound in this one. Pass to Paul. Here's Castle. Inside. Porzingis with the steal. Here we go with Holiday running it up the court. Porzingis with the ball.
And Porzingis is a huge presence. Sometimes the defense has no choice but to foul.
15 foul. At the line for your Celtics, Kristaps Porzingis. At the line for 2 shots.
First one falls for him.
And at 7'3", Porzingis could have been just another big, but he defies expectations. He's got such an impressive array of abilities.
And both free throws good for Porzingis. Spurs trail by 13. Here's Castle. Pass to Paul. There's the 3. And Tatum pulls it down.
Yeah, there's no reason for the defense to get out on him right now. Just let him keep taking that shot until he shows them he's going to knock it down.
And Barnes has got the ball here for the San Antonio Spurs. Now here's Paul, guarded by Tatum. Now Paul. For the 3. Porzingis with the rebound. Celtics leading by 13. Pass to Tatum. Now Holiday. Outside, White. To the middle, trying to find Porzingis. Gets it to him. That one good for 2.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Barnes outside. Paul finds Barnes. And Vassell now atop the key. Good, and it's Barnes picking up the assist. Barnes has got 5 assists in the game. Bounce pass, Holiday. Holiday sets the pick for White. Pass to Brown. Just 5 to shoot. Holiday with the 3, and the 3 ball is good. Holiday's got 20.
What an answer from Holiday. He's definitely a threat from beyond the arc when he's motivated like that.
And timeout is called by Greg Popovich. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now. And while we've got a moment, I'd send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Well, guys, during the last break, I listened to Greg Popovich talk to his team, and it was an intense huddle. Coach challenged his team. He told them the effort's not there. It has to get better. We'll see if those words work, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. Stolen by Holiday. Brown outside. Back to Holiday. And it's slammed in by Holiday.
Well, when Holiday is affecting the game on the offensive end, it's a real lift for his team.
Barnes outside. Spurs working the ball around now. Down low. Knocks it loose. Porzingis with the steal. Holiday with it. And it's Vassell picking him up. Outside, White. In the corner. Tatum with it. Brown outside. 5 to shoot. Three-pointer. The rebound by the Spurs. Paul's got his 5th rebound in this one. And taken away by Brown. Paul against Holiday. Pass to White. Inside. And it's Brown that time on the assist by White. 21 points for Jaylen Brown.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for Boston.
This is a game where the defense took steal, specifically generating a lot of opportunities.
And it created possessions for them, scoring opportunities, and that effort, a big part of what will be a nice victory here tonight.
And these guys have played very well this season, and this win tonight, guys, will push their win column up to 55.
And in a 3-game season series, they take the first 2, and certainly they've had the edge in this matchup.
A very solid win indeed, and when you check out the box score, there were some great numbers for Jrue Holiday.
Well, we saw some exceptional passes from him tonight. His vision did a lot to elevate their offense.
Vassell. And Boston with the rebound. White with it. Chris Paul covering. To the middle. And stolen by Biyombo. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. From the corner. And it's good for 2.
Paul, assisted by Castle.
And so Holiday will bring it up for Boston. Pass to Tatum. Back to Holiday. Tatum with it. To the inside. Here's Brown. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense, potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. KP, balanced offensive effort tonight. What did you like about how you played?
I think we played as a team. We shared the ball, and it was a team effort today. And everybody was involved. Everybody was playing good offensively, and that's why we were able to come up with a win.
Really looking good at both ends tonight, Kristaps. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, DA, thanks again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. So, for Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. But as we go, let's take a look at our player of the game, Jrue Holiday.